Hi, everyone. My name is Sharon Bostek, and I am the undergraduate director and a faculty member in the Sociology department at Rutgers, New Brunswick. Welcome to Rutgers. I'm here in my house, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what sociology is, what sociologists do, and hopefully excite some of you enough to get you to enroll in our introductory sociology class, Soc 101, in the fall. So, sociologists study how people behave in groups. And groups can mean anything from a couple, or what we call dyads, to families, to classrooms, to neighborhoods, schools, countries, or even how people behave globally. And sociologists are interested in how people in those groups kind of interact with each other, how they structure their organizations, and how that changes over time and over space, and the implications of those decisions for lots of what we call outcomes. So I was thinking it would be interesting to talk about some of the questions that sociologists are asking during the current COVID-19 crisis. So let me just get my little list here that I made. So there's just a few of many questions that I know sociologists are actively working on right now. So questions like, how do people understand their own and other people's risk of being infected with COVID and the likely outcomes if someone is infected? Who do they turn to, and who do they trust for information about the virus and what they can do to protect themselves and their loved ones? Which groups of people are better able to follow orders to stay at home and to follow social distancing practices, and which groups of people are not able to follow those suggestions because they have to go to work, for example, because they live in very crowded housing, for example, and it's just not possible to follow some of the recommendations. What types of jobs make it more difficult for people to follow those suggestions? What about people who don't have access to cars and have to commute in to work on public transportation, for example? It makes it much harder, obviously, to distance themselves socially. Other sociologists are thinking about how factors like the amount of money you have or your level of education, something we would call generally socioeconomic status. So how factors like socioeconomic status and factors like race and ethnicity seem to be partially shaping what our experiences of the COVID crisis look like. So how exposed we are to the virus, how likely we are to get high quality medical care if we do get sick, how much of a financial impact things like the shutting down of the economy is having on us, who's most likely to be losing their jobs or having their hours cut back, and who's doing better financially during this crisis. Sociologists are also asking how our responses to and understanding of this particular pandemic is different from other pandemics and other emergencies that we've experienced, both in the United States and globally, and how those things are similar and what we can kind of learn from that moving forward. So those are just a few of many questions that sociologists are actively investigating right now in their research in light of the COVID pandemic. And I know that in Sociology 101 in the fall, we're going to be discussing a lot of those types of issues, obviously along with a lot of non-COVID related topics. So the last thing I want to talk to you about is kind of what sociology majors do after they graduate. And sociology majors do a lot of things after they graduate in their careers. So some of them go to graduate school and become professors like me, and I love my job, but not all sociology majors want to become sociology professors. So some other things that they do, a lot of sociology majors go to medical school. The MCAT, the medical school admissions test now includes some sociology in terms of social determinants of health and health disparities as part of what it's testing for in those entrance exams. And our courses help prepare you for that aspect of the MCAT. A lot of sociologists go to law school, a lot become teachers, K through 12 teachers. A lot of sociologists go into nonprofit work and social services, marketing, communications, human resources, journalism and other forms of media, and really lots of other fields. So sociology gives you a really good sort of foundational basis to launch into a career in many, many fields. In addition to the sociology major, we have a few minor programs. We have a minor in sociology, but we also have a minor in criminology, and a minor in health and society. And those two are good for people who are interested in maybe law school or something in the criminal justice field in the case of the criminology minor, and maybe medical school or any other kind of health professions in the case of the health and society major. So if any of this sounds interesting to you, I very much hope that you will enroll in Sociology 101, Introduction to Sociology, in the fall. Again, my name is Sharon Bostek, and I would be thrilled to talk with you more if you have any questions. So don't hesitate to reach out. And welcome to Rutgers. Bye.